Okay. I don't know if the audio is going to pick that up. So, Big Duke and Little Duke like each other a whole lot. Like a lot. They've made very fast friends. So Little Duke is not happy that he is still on the back porch or the sunroom, and Big Duke's in here working with me. Bear doesn't care because he's occupied with his own little puzzle toy there. So we're going to work on our basic exercises, charging the clicker. This room is new for him, so we're going to give him some time to acclimate himself. I do have him on leash today so that he can't go too far away, and he has no choice but to eventually come back to me. That's a sock, buddy. Hi. So just like we showed you guys yesterday, we are working on teaching him what the clicker means. We're just reinforcing that again. Hi, I'm going to fix your foot. Thank you. And I am going to capture him looking in my direction. Mom's in the kitchen, which is on the other side of that door, so he's a little distracted. That's why he's looking over there. So I've got some of his fish treats here, and we're just going to mark and reward for any time he looks up at me and not my treats or my clicker. And that's all we really want for this stage, and then we're going to run through our sit and our down. Yes, very good. So right now what we're doing is just capturing his attention, right? Because we really want to reinforce him looking for us. This is going to be a component to building a reliable recall and getting us to make ourselves a little bit more interesting while we are outside or in other distracting areas. So that's all we're doing right now. I'm not asking for his attention right now. He's looking at my hand with the food in it, so I don't want to mark for that. It is a bit of a waiting game. Yes, very good. Bit of a waiting game sometimes, depending on what the distraction level is like. It's pretty high right now because we just got here this morning. And this room he has not checked out yet, so it's brand new. So those distractions are way up because he's got all these all these different smells to check out. Hi, good boy. So I'm not asking for his attention yet because I want to reinforce for him doing it voluntarily. Shows him, hey, you made that choice on your own, and I really like it. And I'm just going to mark to tell him and communicate to him that yes, that is exactly what I like. And you can continue doing that because it makes good stuff happen. And right now that good stuff is food. Hi, good boy. Very good. Right now that good stuff is food. Later on, tomorrow and the days after, we're going to start incorporating attention. We're going to start incorporating toys. We're looking at the window. Got new neighbors moving in today, so there's noises outside too. Good boy. Lots of stuff going on in the kitchen while my mom works on fixing lunch or dinner. We got Little Duke barking in the sunroom, which we can hear. I thought I had a mix of treats in here. I guess not. So he is a little bit distracted by all this stuff going on. I can hear my mother going to go soothe the Little Duke. She's sabotaging my training right now with him. So not really any big tension here on the leash. But he's just listening. He heard the door open and close to the sunroom. Mom's gone out there. Yes, very good. I don't know if he's in shot or not. I marked for him looking back over his shoulder at me. That's exactly what I want. Good boy. Did you just spit that treat out? No, you didn't. Okay, I thought I heard something. All right, so capturing his attention, charging the clicker. You know, you can do both of those things at once. That's great. If you want to do a supercharging exercise, you could take 3 or 4 treats right in a row. You don't have to do too many of these. And by the time he comes back home, you really shouldn't have to spend much time on this exercise specifically. Maybe a day or 2 just to really drive it home that, hey, you're listening for the click, and the click means something good is going to follow. But you can do rapid fire, which is just click treat until your hand is empty of treats, and then move on to either the rest of your day or whatever. I like to do that as a standalone exercise. This video, I'm going to show you guys everything one right after the other, okay? So that is the charging the clicker exercise and capturing his attention. And the next part to grabbing his attention is attaching it to his name, right? So if I say Duke, yes, good boy. I'm going to say his name one time, and that's really important, right? Remember, we talked about being consistent with our training. So say his name once so that we can teach him to respond to it the first time that we ask. And then after you say his name, Duke, yes, good boy. If you can't get his attention by saying his name the first time, you can make any noise you want in a happy tone, exciting tone, as long as it is not repeating his name. Say whatever you want. on, he doesn't know what you're saying. Hi, buddy, do you want cookies? Hi, what's going on? We don't care about all the chatter. Hi, good boy. You looking at my hand? Yes, there we go. Very brief eye contact there. I like that. I'm going to take my hand out of the treat pouch because he's watching for that, so no big deal. So you guys are going to be practicing that attention grabbing behavior as much as possible, just randomly throughout the day, but make it as frequent as possible initially, because we're going to lean really hard on getting his attention with his name the first time that we ask for it. Okay, Duke, that's my hand. Yes, very good job. I don't need him to come to me yet, because the cue for coming here or coming in my direction is either come or here. If you guys have been screaming Duke, come, over and over and over and over again, good boy, and he happened to come over to me that time, so he gets a cook and a treat for that. But if you guys have been screaming at him to come and he's not coming to you, whether it's inside, outside, backyard, front yard, or if he's off leash and touring the neighborhood, we are going to change cues, and actually I'm going to start using the word here for him. What may have happened at this point, because he has successfully gone out on his own little adventures multiple times at this point, is we've poisoned the cue, which is essentially, having reinforced inadvertently and accidentally, not intentionally, right? The idea that Duke come doesn't mean bolt right to me, okay? So we want to fix that, so to speak, and we're going to teach him a brand new word for it. And I tend to use the word here. We will also talk about how to engage and teach a rocket recall or an emergency recall. Most people choose a really fun word, and that's for emergencies that you practice intermittently, for the rest of your life. Hi, buddy, good boy. Most people will use like pineapple or, silly little words like that. Pineapple's the most fun one. Hi, good boy. Everybody wants to go out in the neighborhood in the middle of the night and shop pineapple, right? Yes, very good. A little bit of looking at my hands for the treats, but no big deal. We're going to work on that a little bit, and we can do that by putting our arms out to the side, over our heads, behind our backs. That was a funny sized treat, I know. You probably just tried to inhale that. So, moving on to the next part, we're going to work on our basic putting our tail on the floor behavior. I don't want to say it and him not follow through. We are going to do this without treats in our hands so that he's paying attention to our body language. Oops, I'm sorry. Sorry, buddy. I need my clicker back. Are using the clicker with this, so now we're going to start introducing the idea of when the click actually happens and how it pertains to the behavior that he can offer us, okay? Don't know if you guys already have body language or hand signals for sit. I'm going to use my own, which is just bringing my hand up like this. So first steps first, we need to have our dog's attention. That's really important. You could call his name as long as you only call it once, and then after that, just make yourself interesting, okay? Hi, how's it going? Here, good boy, sit. Once you have his attention, you're going to ask for sit and verbally say it as well as, good boy, free, as well as give your hand signal. And like I said, we're just drawing our hand up. If you guys already have a hand signal for this, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with him learning a second one, good boy. And you can go back to your normal one when he comes home. But we are going to use this one when we're here. This makes it a lot easier. So no treats in my hand that time. I marked as soon as his tail hit the floor. And then I also gave him a release cue to let him know that he can get up. I do teach an implied stay, which means that if I ask for his attention when I ask him to put his tail on the ground, he should stay there until I give him that release cue. I use the word free. You guys can use whatever you like, as long as you're consistent. You say it one time, and you say it every time before he gets up, okay? So that means that even if he looks like he's going to get up, squeeze it in there real quick before he pops up out of that sit. Okay, or, hi buddy. Let's see if I can get him to, good boy. So let's say that I asked him to do it. I'm not going to mark him a reward for this one, but I'm ready to release him. I say free, he doesn't get up. I'm going to take off walking. And he's on leash right now, so he has no choice but to come with me. Good boy, very good. So one more time, grab our dog's attention. Once we have our dog's attention, and actually, so if I don't have his attention right now, I can't ask him for sit, right? Because he's not paying attention to me. He's listening to the neighbor's dogs barking, or the neighbors moving their stuff in, or my mom out in the kitchen, or the sunroom, or what have you. So I can't ask him to do anything. It's not fair. He's not ready for that. And it's not going to bring his attention back. It may go in one ear, right out the other. So I'm going to grab his attention. Hi, buddy. Ask him for a sit. mark when he does, so I'll click and I'll say yes. If I wasn't already jabbering away, I would have also said yes at the same time. Good job. Follow it up with a reinforcer and release. I'm going to wait and see if I can't watch his body language. He'll tell you when he's going to break this if he gets bored. So he's thinking, and that's okay. And we're just going to squeeze that word in there before he gets up. Going to wait him out for this. He's really listening to the rest of the world right now. Hi. I mean, I'll take it. That's great. Free. Good boy. So just like that, you're going to watch for that very, very minimal shift in his hind end before he actually pops up while you guys are working with him. And if he shows you that movement, that he's going to get up out of the sit before you're ready to call it and release him, go ahead and give it to him. As long as you're consistent with giving him the free cue before he gets up and it becomes a habit, he'll start listening for that and focusing a little bit more. Hi, buddy. Hi, come here. The next steps to our sit, we're going to start adding distance, distraction, and duration over the next few days because I imagine today is going to be piece of cake. Hi, buddy. You're looking at us in the mirror. Who is that? What a good boy. Yes. Very good. So one more time with the sit, and then we're going to move on to down. Hi, puppy. Hello. Dookie. Hi. We're listening to the neighbors. Yes. Sit. I already gave him the cue. He looked away as I was saying it. I'm going to give him a couple seconds to think. He's distracted, and that's fine. So we're going to walk away. We're going to reset. Come here. He's on leash, so I don't really care right now. No. I don't have anything in my hand right now, and that's totally fine. Block his view. Hi, buddy. I'm not going to use his name right now because we're in La La Land. Sit. Ask once and wait. Step into his space a little bit more. I've taken up all the slack. I'm not pulling him. I'm just taking it up so that he can't walk away. I'm going to step right back in front of him because he's looking right through my shutters on the windows. And he's just in La La Land. So he's too distracted right now, and that's fine. Okay? Hi, buddy. So the next step that we could do, and I'm not going to do it with him, but we could step into his space more. Hi. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't. Or we can take a step back and go to the luring method, which is simply having something of interest, ideally a treat, because it's portable and we can get rid of it pretty quick. Stick it right in front of his nose because his attention's over there. So if I intercept that distraction and I place another one in front of his face and then ask for the sit, really? Sit. Yes, very good. Good boy. Mark and reward and then release. Free. Good boy. All right. So similar for down, and it can either be down or lay down. I believe we're doing off to mean get off of stuff, so I would call this behavior laying on his belly down. I am going to go through the luring motion because I want him in a very specific position for this particular cue, which is, luring is going to take a treat to his nose. We're going to fade this out today and tomorrow. We're going to pull it up and over his nose. We are in a little bit of La La Land state. Keep your treat low so that he doesn't jump. He tried and then he realized he doesn't actually have to move up. So the neighbor's dog is out all the time. All the time. And that, I don't know that the mic is going to pick his barking up. He is back that way, but it echoes the way our houses are. And that's what he's listening to right now. He could still be listening to other Duke. Little Duke standing out in the sunroom barking. I'm going to take a couple of these and break them over. What are you doing, puppy? It's very quiet. I know. Good boy. So we're working on down. Take that treat to his nose. Whoops. He got a freebie because I didn't have it tucked in there, right? That's okay because he wasn't doing anything wrong. Hi. Very good. So his butt's on the ground already. That's a good start. We're going to take that treat to his nose and draw it down to the floor. Not necessarily saying anything yet because I want to make sure he can actually do this. Okay. This right here is the position that I want. I want him on his belly and also rolled over on his hip because this position right here is going to be most comfortable and least likely for him to hop up out of. Good boy, free. Good job. Very good. So similar to the sit, we're going to add a hand signal to this. So I'm going to start shaping it right now with our lure, with our treat in the hand. And then we're going to fade the treat out of the hand, and I'll show you guys how that's going to work. Hi, buddy, come here. Hello, come on, good job. Good job. Turn a couple of circles, make myself more interesting. Good job. I'm going to wait for him to put his tail on the ground. Most dogs, when they're engaged with you, they'll offer an automatic sit. I don't want to ask for a sit right now because that's not what we're working on, and if we accidentally ask for sit, down, click, and then treat, we're going to set up a pattern, and he might start anticipating that every time we ask him to sit, we're going to ask for a down next. And then you get a dog that instead of holding the sit, they just sink into a down. Which, you know, depending on what you really want from him, it might kind of be annoying. Hi, bud. See, we are super distracted, so I'm going to bring out the big guns. No, we don't care about this stuff either. Too much going on, huh? So this is a pretty good indicator that this is a little too much for him right now. Good job. So he's got his tail on the ground, it's halfway there. I'm going to put 2 fingers down. Very good. Mark when he gets there, and then follow it up with the reward. And give him the release cue. Free. Good boy. Good job. Yes, very good. One more time. Down. Every time he looks for or dips towards my hand for that treat, I'm going to pull it back. Free. Good job. So that way he can, I'm going to fake like I have the treat this time. Good job, buddy. You can bring your hand up if you like. Just don't verbally say the sit word. Down. Better. Oh, so you can, I'm going to double check that frame to make sure he was in shot there. Yes, very good. I hope that was in shot, where he just kind of went halvesies down and sat on his feet like a bunny rabbit. Good boy, free. So I said free and he's not getting up, so I'm just going to gently tug on his leash to coax him out of that position. So that time he went straight down and sat on his feet like a bunny. I don't want to mark for that. That's not down. I don't want to mark for half-assed behaviors, okay? Because if you start marking for half-baked behavior, then that is going to be what you get. Hi, buddy, come here. Good boy. All right, so one more time, no treat in my hand. This is how we're going to start fading the lure. We'll start with a rep or 2 with the treat in hand. I know, it's so frustrating. Hey, don't chew on my leash, though. Gonna wait for his tail to hit the floor. There's some gentle pressure on the leash right now, but that's because he's pulling off to the side. I'm gonna wait for him. We are just super distracted. What are you doing? What? There we go, down. Didn't even check my hand that time, took a split second to adjust his hip. That was perfect. Very good. Free. Good boy. Yes. All right, so next step after this is to get our hand signal off the floor because I want to be able to say, hey, Duke. Hey, buddy. I'm going to close these shutters because that's too much of a distraction for you, huh? 11 hate those windows. Hi, good boy. 11 because you can shut them. Come here. Good job. So we're going to get his tail on the ground. After we get his attention. Hello. Yes. We are just too distracted. That's okay. We're a little bit more patient here. And he's going to behave differently at home. This is just day 1 in a brand new environment. He's weirded out because, hey, my people aren't here. My normal spaces aren't here. I was playing with his dogs and he took me away from my playtime. You know, so there's a lot of stuff going on here for him, and that's not that big of a deal. And we didn't really take much time to let him acclimate himself to this room. We kind of just came in the room with him on leash, set up the tripod, turned it on, and then we jumped straight into it. So that's a little unfair for him for day 1. Hi, buddy. He's not getting any treats, no gimmies for anything that we haven't asked for. And notice I'm not asking for sit right now because it'd be kind of pointless. I gotta wait for his attention to be on me. So this tells me that he and I need to spend a little bit more time, probably the next day or so. Excuse you, I'm chewing on my leash. Hi, thank you. See if he gets interested. Thinking about it. Good job. Hi. Nope. Good boy. So he is really getting a little bit frustrated with me. Yes. Yeah. Going back to what we were doing though, we're going to start raising our hand signal off the ground. Oh, his butt comes off the ground and I stand up. I'm going to take up all that slack so that he can't just choose to walk away. And this is a really important part. I'm going to have you guys start with him at home, passing the leash around. I'm using my slip leash just because it's easier for me to grab and go with whatever dog I'm working with. You guys can use your regular leashes. I have tightened his regular collar that you would hook his leash on at home because it was very loose. It should be snug like a tie, just so that you guys should know. It's not going to make him uncomfortable or anything like that, but it should not be so loose that it slips over his head. That is a safety thing. If he learns how to slip out of it, or if he has before, he could be gone, right? So I did tighten that up, but I do want you guys to practice with him on leash at home so that he can't just choose to walk away while we're working on building these better habits. It's not going to be forever, but it's just for now. So I'm just going to wait here until his attention is back on me. There's another mirror over there. I don't know if he got to, look at himself in the mirror at all, but there's a cabinet over there that he can see our reflections in. So if he's not familiar with seeing his own reflection and doesn't understand it, that might be an additional distraction. So no tension in this leash. I know it looks a little stiff. It's just the cord. It's tightened up or twisted or something. So we're just going to wait. I got all day, buddy. And we'll try and probably do 20-minute sessions at a time for me here. I want you guys to do 5-minute sessions at home. Just rapid fire, grab the dog, grab your leash, your treats, or your toy and your clicker, and work in a smaller space, right? A single room is totally fine. Work in every single room you've got. He's on leash, so he can't really go anywhere, but pick a spot and plant your feet, and you're going to wait until you can capture his attention, ask him for a behavior, and mark and reward for the finished behavior, and then release him, okay? So right now we're working with minimal possible distraction. I don't have a choice but to deal with what distraction level we have today because it's only day 1. I'm not going to give him any more slack because I want him to come back. You can see his tail is dropped too, so that's another indicator, and he does have his collar on. Today we're practicing just taking off the collar and putting it back on, his remote collar, just so that we can kind of break that cycle of, hey, I'm nervous about this. And I was hoping we could put it on, have some fun, and be interesting and exciting, but his body language is telling me that he's a little bit wigged out. He's a little bit nervous, a little bit upset, but that's okay. We're going to work with it for right now. I'm going to get one more good down out of him, and then I'm going to release him from that. I'm going to let him check out the room, and then we're going to get on with our day, because this is a great indicator that we have reached his threshold for this particular session. And it's unfair to keep going and trying to force him into doing something that he has no interest in doing. If you're not having fun, your dog's not having fun, nobody's going to have a good time. The lesson's not going to be as fresh or interesting in his mind. He may not want to engage with you guys again, right? Hi, bud. Hello. What's going on, buddy? He's a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, very good. So petting, praise is totally fine. He's already got his tail on the floor, so I'm going to steal this opportunity and ask for a down. I only gave the hand signal there. He fell right down on his hip, so that's great. Gets a clip and a treat for that. Good job. Scratching behind the ears, because why not? We're adorable. You did good. Free. Very good. So I'm going to drop his leash and let him hang out in this room for a little bit longer, and then we're going to go back and join the other dogs, and I got to work with them individually. But you did good, buddy. You did.